LoL Superheroes.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the next grueling installment of LoL Superheroes, featuring your host, me, 4n0nym0u2, aka the Experter. If you've never seen LoL Superheroes before, then where have you been? Because LoL Superheroes is where we pit for men versus for boys, for women versus for trolls, and the downright idiotic to the somewhat energetic. As we have two summoners pit themselves against one another in epic 1v1 combat to show who truly deserves to be called a LoL superhero. So, in this game in particular, we have LittleLago versus Anonymous. And I'm sadly your only commentator for this match, but no need to worry. It's all good in the hood. So LittleLago is playing as Nasus. And I believe wait a minute. So no, sorry about that guys, had a bit of a technical issue, but I'll continue the commentary where we left off. LittleLago is playing as Nasus. Anonymous is playing as Blitzcrank as we see the match go underway. With Blitzcrank doing some initial damage output, Nasus doing some initial damaging as well. Don't know why that flash happened. In all honesty, Blitzcrank bringing back the Nasus, and Nasus is going to go down. No, he is not. But very close indeed for a first blood scenario. LittleLago almost dying to a Blitzcrank. Now, LittleLago started off the match as Nasus with a Dawn Shield, a Sapphire Crystal, and standard boots as well as some health pots. Whilst Blitzcrank has just decided to go all out by starting off with a Sheen, one of the best items for Blitzcrank can get himself a hold of. I'm not even kidding. That item right there is amazing, as we now see Blitzcrank going in with some more damage, but it's just not enough to get the job done on Nasus. Ouch. It's really harsh here. Nasus has low health to start off with anyway. He's just popping all the potions just to keep himself alive, while Blitzcrank is just having such a good time with his damage output. There he is again with a really perfectly timed grab and another good E, but it's still not enough. Nasus needs to learn how to outmaneuver Blitzcrank's grabs. There is plenty of time between Blitz's grabs to move out of the way, but it is a matter of whether Nasus can actually dodge it or not. He does have boots, so he should have the initial movement speed advantage. He just needs to keep in mind the Blitzcrank's grab, although it does have long range, it does give you plenty of time to move out of the way if you do have the speed and the willing to do exactly that. Oh, Nasus going in with his Q. We see the abilities proccing. Blitzcrank getting the first blood, and it's not enough to kill Blitzcrank. Ooh, upsetting. But Anonymous scores for first blood almost 3 minutes into the game, giving him the 2.4k advantage over Nasus's 1.9. Nicely done. Keeping in mind also that Nasus's Q will obviously build up in power the more farm he gets. However, Nasus has a huge lack of farm and even lack of experience for that matter. Nasus is only level 3 while Blitzcrank is a firm level 6, and so he already has access to his ultimate. This is going to be a really tough match for Lago to come back in, just simply to the fact that he has no farm, he has no experience, he's only just hit level 4, so he's a good couple of levels behind Blitzcrank at this point. And no farm on his Q just means for Nasus' damage output is going to be heavily hindered. However, his cooldown situation has already been sorted out by getting Ionian Boots of Lucidity early on. But is that the best option for Lago as we see him go in? Blitzcrank doing way too much damage for Lago to bear. Lago just needs to be very careful at this point. He is way too low on damage output. He has barely any sustain, whilst Blitzcrank, I do believe, still has his mana shield, which I think he actually does, because I don't think that mana shield procced in that last fight against Nasus. Because in a matchup like this, you need to be very careful. Nasus is a very it's a very risque champion for early on, just because he needs a lot of farm in order to build up his Q so that he becomes a formidable force when it comes to the later stages of the game. Well, Blitzcrank, straight from the get-go, he has crowd control, he has damage, he has potential, as we see Blitzcrank doing even more damage. Largo hit with Ignite, almost dying, but he's still alive. Staying alive, staying alive. A little bit of a BG's reference for the classic guys there. But look at this, Nasus at level 5, not even having his ultimate yet to make himself look bigger and also give him a little bit more sustain. Whilst Blitzcrank is level 8 and just has all that damage behind him. Largo's now throwing it away. Blitzcrank with another kill on Largo. Largo just not concentrating that well against Blitzcrank's grabs. Now Blitzcrank is going to take the tower damage, but it goes for Mana Shield, but he has waited long enough since Nasus did not score the kill, giving Blitzcrank free reign to buy himself new items, which involves the Iceborne Gauntlet, a great item that is just going to mean that Blitzcrank has so much more damage output potential. Also means that whenever Blitzcrank uses an ability, his next auto attack will freeze the target, meaning that they will be heavily slowed down. This just means that Nasus' abilities to dodge Blitzcrank's Qs are going to be heavily hindered. Nasus needs to be playing this very carefully now. He's level 6 to Blitzcrank's level 9. He has 2 minion kills in comparison to Blitzcrank's 38. This just looks heavily one-sided, just like Largo's past fight on LoL Superheroes against Garen, which just went completely one-sided. As we see him go in there again, no consideration for how much damage output Blitzcrank is going to be dealing. Even with Nasus' ultimate, he just doesn't have the sustain to keep on going. There's the... Ooh, however, there's the health rune. No, it's not going to be enough. Blitzcrank with all the damage in the world, and gets another kill. 3-0. 4.3 to 3. Ooh, that's just gonna hurt. I can't stress it enough, when it comes to matches like this, when you're playing a more mid to late game champion that requires farm against a champion that doesn't even require that early game farming advantage to be dominant due to his early game crowd control potential, you need to be very careful. Largo's just literally throwing the match in this case, just because Blitzcrank went completely right. Anonymous getting the Sheen to start off with to capitalize on Blitzcrank's use of mana as well as his damage output. It was a very smart move. Largo is going to try and go after Blitzcrank, but Crank is going to get those runes and turn the tide of the match again, as Largo he's still going to try bless him. It's not going to be enough. He's just throwing the match at this point. 4-0 to Blitzcrank. It's only 7 minutes in, about to become 8 minutes. This is just bad. I thought Largo would have maybe learned his lessons from his fight against Garen, but it just looks like one step forward and 2 steps back, you know what I mean? It's just that I think the issue that Largo has is that although he is now kind of counter-building, especially with the Negatron cloak, he's just not doing anything because he's just falling into bad positions against Blitzcrank. He's allowing Blitzcrank to get his crowd control off. He's just throwing the match every single time. Largo needs to get better, and obviously by watching back these videos of his performance in 1v1 matches, hopefully he does become much better. It is the reason why we record these 1v1 matches, is so that people can become better and see mistakes so that they can only improve. As we saw there, Blitzcrank getting another really great kill on Nasus. Nasus only level 8 in comparison to Blitzcrank's 12, 63 minions to 5. Blitzcrank doesn't even need to go back at this point. He knows with Iceborne Gauntlet he has this in the bag. Nasus now getting cloth armor for some reason. Not sure why the armor, maybe because of Blitzcrank's auto attacks, maybe. But Blitzcrank's power output is going to come out straight from that Iceborne Gauntlet, which is mostly going to buff his mana and his ability power. So Don't see where Nasus is going with that. Nasus also has an amplifying tone, maybe going for a sheen of his own. But is it too... Oh, is it too late as we see Blitzcrank going in yet again? LittleLago just not learning from his lessons. You can't go in on a Blitzcrank that's 5 versus 5-0 up on you. At this moment in time, I truly believe LittleLago is just throwing the match. This is another one of those situations where, because Blitzcrank has been so dominant early on, LittleLago just has no other choice than to give in to Anonymous this early on. It's a true shame, because if he played Nasus a little bit more carefully and actually took the time to not throw himself and to dodge Blitzcrank's crowd control and stuff like that, he would have been able to turn this game around. But now it's just not probably going to work that well. He even went for Cage's lucky pick over the Sheen, which I have no idea why. Yes, it's about the money, but you're not going to get nearly as much money if you keep dying all the time. That's the big problem here. And now Blitzcrank just has free reign over all of this. LittleLago calling the nice job. Blitzcrank consigning, saying, "Yep, good job to you too." But wow, it's all pretty much one-sided from here. Blitzcrank pretty much has the match sorted. He's going to go back a little bit, grab himself a health rune to build up his health and mana again. Whilst LittleLago is back in the game. He's not going to try it again, is he? Yep, he's going to go in and try it again. It's not going to work out too well. LittleLago's just going to be throwing at this point, getting more comp armor when he should be going more magic resist. There's the mana shield from Blitzcrank. It's all over. Blitzcrank with another kill, 8-0 up. This Blitzcrank is. And now he's just going to get himself brutally murdered, but he's going to get shut down by Nasus, giving LittleLago that one kill that he doesn't really need. So if you look at what's happening on Blitzcrank's side, he has another Sheen, which is not going to proc on top of Iceborne Gauntlet due to its uniqueness. However, he does also have Zeal and the Ruby Crystal and Longsword ready to go into a Phage. So Blitzcrank is looking towards getting another fantastic Blitzcrank item. That's right, it's Trinity Force. But can he get Trinity Force before this game is already done? Well, we'll soon find out, as Nasus will probably now start working on getting his farm now that he's pushed all the way back to his Nexus. Blitzcrank might have a way to run, but that shouldn't stop him, since, well, he is Blitzcrank, he has a W, and his W ability does give him a wad of movement speed and attack speed, so it's not like it's not going to take him a millennia to get down to that Nexus and pretty much finish off the game at this point, since now Nasus is down to 1 tower and a Nexus. Let's look over here. Here we go. Blitzcrank just going straight in on LittleLago. LittleLago's just going to try again. There's not going to do much. Blitzcrank completely dominating the Nasus at this moment in time. Anonymous is going to slap this turret senseless with all those Sheen procs, and now it's nothing but Nexus. The GGs are going up, the punches are coming down, and that Nexus is not going to stand for much longer. Blitzcrank's going to position himself in such a way to grab LittleLago one more time to probably get one more sneaky kill off before the end of this game is nigh. Nasus is going to jump off into the summoning pool, but remember, you're not going to get any health or mana back by standing on that, on the proving grounds. Here we go, Blitzcrank. Oh no, Blitzcrank could die. I say that just as soon as Nasus dies. What a shame. There goes the Nexus. GG to both of them, as Anonymous is our winner of this 1v1 match. It is a true shame to see a match like that due to the fact that LittleLago pretty much did throw most of those kills Blitzcrank's way. Is a bit of a shame, but in the end of the day, it is a learning curve when it comes to 1v1 matches, and LittleLago still has a way to go. But for now, Anonymous did a great job, so congratulations Anonymous, better luck next time LittleLago. And as for you guys back home, that is it for this installment of LoL Superheroes. Now if you want to be involved in LoL Superheroes, whether it's being a part of the combat or whether it's being part of a commentator's booth, then get a hold of me either through YouTube, League of Legends, or by getting a hold of me on the Teamspeak server I am on right now. Do it and you can be a part of this today. But until next time, folks, I hope you have enjoyed this installment of LoL Superheroes. And until next time, goodbye fellow gamers, goodbye. I'll be seeing you guys on the fields of justice.
Somebody call the cops, 'cause we're gonna ramp it up. Say ramp it up.